A former separatist activist is now calling for dialogue, but the big question is he a serious freedom fighter or just chasing clout or acting as a business strategist? Can a freedom movement survive negotiation? And here's a question for you. Has any country ever gained independence and freedom through negotiation with its opposition? Stay with me because this debate is bigger than one man. It touches history, politics, and the future of agitation movements in Nigeria. Watch to the end because we'll compare this situation to global examples you may not expect. If you enjoy calm political breakdowns like this, like the video and subscribe. It helps this channel grow. Across the world, movements face the same crossroads: fight on or sit at the table. Recently, Yoruba activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, publicly encouraged Nnamdi Kanu to consider dialogue with the Nigerian government as a path towards resolving his legal and political situation. That statement alone has reopened old questions. Can negotiation weaken a struggle, or can it actually secure what confrontation cannot? What does history say about movements that chose dialogue? Let's break this down carefully. Sunday Igboho rose to international attention around 2020-2021 during rising Yoruba self-determination activism. His campaign focused on regional security and calls for greater autonomy in southwestern Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has been central to Igbo self-determination politics for years. His detention and legal battles remain a major political and human rights topic in Nigeria and internationally. Recently, Igboho's appeal for dialogue was interpreted in two ways. Some see it as strategic realism, encouraging peaceful resolution. Others see it as a warning sign, fearing that negotiation could dilute a movement's goals. Importantly, there is no verified evidence that any activist has been bought or compromised. That claim exists mostly online and should be treated as opinion, not fact. The real issue is strategy, not personalities, and strategy is where history becomes relevant. Movements around the world face the same dilemma. South Africa negotiated the end of apartheid. Northern Ireland used political agreements to reduce decades of violence. Even long-running insurgencies in Latin America eventually moved toward talks. But negotiation always creates internal division. Some supporters believe negotiation equals betrayal. Others believe refusing to negotiate prolongs suffering. This is the psychological tension inside every movement: purity versus practicality, ideals versus outcomes. If negotiation succeeds, who gets credit? And if it fails, who gets blamed? For Nigeria, this debate touches governance and national unity. Dialogue could signal maturity in political conflict resolution, but mistrust between activists and the state remains high. That mistrust is real, rooted in decades of political disappointment. The challenge: can institutions be strong enough to make dialogue meaningful? Because negotiation only works when both sides believe agreement will be respected. In a moment, we'll look at what this means for everyday Nigerians, not just activists. For ordinary citizens, this debate is not abstract. It connects to jobs, security, trust in leadership, belief in the future.
I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever I may be, Biafra will come. If I'm dead, it's even better because it will come far more quicker.
When people lose faith in political systems, movements rise. When movements rise, governments must respond: force or conversation. But conversation is fragile. It requires patience from citizens who are tired, discipline from leaders under pressure. The bigger question may not be, should activists negotiate? The deeper question is, can Nigeria build a system where negotiation produces real change? Because without trust, dialogue becomes theater, and Nigerians have seen enough theater. What people want is results, stability, justice, opportunity. Those goals matter more than slogans from any side. This moment is not just about Igboho or Kano. It's about how societies handle disagreement. History shows confrontation creates headlines, but dialogue decides futures. The real test is whether negotiation can deliver fairness, not just silence dissent. Can negotiation protect a movement, or does it weaken it? And has any country ever gained independence through negotiation? Comment below. I want to hear your perspective.